Hey guys, Trail Tweaker here once again. I wanted to come to you with a review here about something I picked up at your local Super Walmart. This is a budget buster here. For those of you that's just looking for an economy type tarp for shelter, an emergency shelter, or just a small shelter on the trail or at the campsite. And some people I know that are getting these guys and actually using them for small footprint below their bivy bags or small one-man tent. Walmart sells this guy, and the company that makes this is Outdoor Supply, or Outdoor Products, I'm sorry. Outdoor Products. It's very inexpensive. The size of the tarp is here that you can see that they have on the outside of this little stuff sack is a 5 by 7 feet, which altogether is probably not as big as some people like their tarps and things like this, but I picked this tarp up for about $10. It was just $9.49 at my local Walmart, and it may be cheaper, maybe just a higher expensive, more depending on where you're at. But and I know that you think automatically that you get what you pay for, but for the price of this little tarp, it is made of like a ripstop nylon. It does feel like it has some sort of coating on it, but to look at it, it has all the grommets and things like this that are pressed in, and double sewn hem lines and things like this. And I've watched a lot of reviews that people's had, and they've tried this type of product out. I hadn't tried it out yet, but it looks pretty convincing that it will at least hold up for a few trips. And for the money, you know, a lot of guys that I know that comes and goes with me on the trail, they've got interested in it, and they're only looking for, you know, a cheaper way out. They're not willing to go out to your local REI or things like that to spend a whole lot of money on things like this, but it is a great option out, especially for a footprint if your tent lies around the 5 by 7 range. My tent that I take hiking every now and then, I have a two-person because I just like a little extra room in my tent so that I can place my gear and things like that. Is generally around 4 foot by 8 foot with a vestibule, and the 5 by 7 is a great footprint because really with the tent that I have, you know, I couldn't find a footprint for it. So this is basically what I picked this one up for, is a footprint. And for a small tarp, you know, it doesn't come with any tie downs or anything like that. You'll probably have to pick those up, you know, some military grade cord or what have you, some nylon string, whatever your system best fits you out there on the trail. So when this guy stretches out, I'm sure, you know, that it's going to hold up. I'm not saying it's hurricane proof or anything like that. To a point, you do get what you pay for, but from the feel of it and the look of it, it is a fairly decent, well-built product for what it consists of. And I know that you have those guys out there that are completely biased toward Cuban tarps or Cuban fiber tarps, and you know, your high-grade ripstop nylon material, and I do understand that, but you got to give those entry guys sometimes a heads up. You got to get them interested with a cheap product to get out there, because if you don't, chances are they might not go in the first place. So you got to get them hooked first before they're willing to graduate to a more expensive, more quality item. So for those that's willing to step out there for the first time, here, take a shot. I mean, you're not out but $9, $10, and if anything, you can use it for an emergency or backup. Tarp in the rain, things like that, or just to put your stuff in, or use it to cover your stuff up, to keep it dry in the rain or bad weather or what have you. Alright, this is Trail Tweaker, and I hope you enjoyed the video.